Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Death Wish Hot Rods and Customs. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup. From the start, all right. So I've already said, Byron, thanks for joining us on the show. I've already gone on that way. So this is where it's going to begin, is right here, because I got some sneaky behind the scenes little word, but I've cut that out. So we're starting from here, which is pretty exciting. You guys have got to wait to find out. But of course, the new album we're going to be talking about is Darkness Visible. And man, we've had a little bit of a taste of it with the singles Let It Out and Pentagram. And it seems like it's a bit of a darker tone in general.
Yeah, certainly compared to Cosmos, our first album. I personally certainly went down a rabbit hole or two. And, I think the new music reflects that for sure. Not to mention, I listened to a lot more brutal music, as you would say. And
2 R's.
Sorry?
With 2 R's. Brutal. Yeah.
But influences have come from every direction over the last couple of years during the making of this album, and I think it's a pretty cool, true reflection of what life has been like, but certainly coming out the other side, and we just had this dark, beautiful album to show for all the growing pains.
Mate, I totally understand that. Like the last, I keep saying 12 months, but it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel, it's like crazy, man. But
it's a 24-month year. It's fucked up.
I know, right? And it's crazy because artistic wise, I'm seeing it from people where we're getting some really dark stuff coming out of people, and really great tunes as well. And I think what I'm hearing from you is a lot darker, but man, it's leaning really into the proggy stuff too.
Yeah, look, that's long been a big influence for me. The odd time signature journey music kind of trip on tape, and I think I've leaned even harder into it this time. The band stepped up around me as well, and everybody sort of pushed in a very bold sort of direction, I think, to make this new music come to life. And we've sort of barred no expense or extremity to make it happen. I'm flat broke, but very happy with the result.
Well, at least you're happy with the result. And I think everyone else is going to be really happy with the result too, because the responses so far to both those songs alone have been phenomenal.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty stoked. I was sort of nervous. Well, I'm always nervous, to be honest. If I put something out, into the world, it's suddenly you're a 5-year-old kid again, handing in a short story or something. It's like, oh shit, I hope my teacher doesn't hate me or something. It's a fear of judgment, I guess, and a fear of rejection all coming back. But that's part of what you do when you put something out. You just sort of get used to it, and you have to take the good with the bad. But I've been happy with the response, considering I was thinking maybe no one would like it. So
man,
it's great that people like it.
Yeah, no, it is. It's really, really good. And is it sort of a big concept you're going to be working with for this album as well? Is it all linked?
I would say it's thematic, not so much a concept album, but there's definitely a theme going on where, with Cosmos, for example, I was feeling very philosophical and inspired by certain astronomical, scientific themes, and looking quite broadly into the ether about life and existence and meaning and all sorts of shit like that.
Yeah.
This album, I suppose, I took a bit of an inward look, and it was it kind of just happened. A lot of shit was happening in my life that needed to be addressed in my art.
Yeah.
And that's the album that came out of a pretty tumultuous sort of period for me. So it's very much an insular kind of thing, as opposed to a broadly philosophical, explorative thing. It's very much about me and my shit. And now that it's done, I can move past it.
See, it's incredible when music can do that. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, you can go take that journey and
yeah. It really is. Like, as a creator of music, you feel that very deeply. But even as a fan of music, I've got records in my collection. I've got records that
hey,
somehow just speak to me so deeply at certain times in my life. You don't have to be the one behind the wheel. Music is so connective, because somehow it feels like you've got friends on record.
100%, man.
You got friends, man.
Yeah,
running
man.
on empty, baby.
It's funny that I was thinking about that the other day. That all these people. Yeah,
don't
man.
Don't even.
All these people that you've never met in person. Well, some you've met in person. That that feel like best mates. They wouldn't. It's like, I guess you'd see them in the street and you'd be like meeting for the first time. But for you as the listener, they're like those friends that have been there all your life. Hey, it's incredible how music can connect like that way and affect you. Was there anything in that collection? I think it's over that way. Your collection. I don't know which side I'm looking at. The collection over in that side that sort of had a direct influence on the musical direction for this album.
You bet. You bet. I'll probably have to get maybe a bit modern. As far as heavy goes, and the mix of heavy yet vulnerable and emotional, and not just which can be awesome too. But I must say, this guy.
Oh, look at that. Bit of Dev.
Yeah, mate. That's my favorite Dev album. And
is it?
That would certainly be, a big influence. I'd say it's in my top 5 records of all time. And like, the heavier I go, I guess I lean more in towards things like that I've loved in my youth, but never really had the people around me or the wherewithal or the skill to pull it off until recently. With this band, I've got some amazing people around me who can actually interpret my ideas in a way that is fulfilling.
That's awesome.
I'm really stoked. As far as heavy goes, again, These guys.
Oh, yeah. I think I've heard of them.
So Stephen Wilson produced this one, as I'm sure you know. This is Opeth's
Yes,
Blackwater
I do.
Park.
Yeah, that album's like a classic. That's like meat and potatoes, mate. That one's the. Hey,
Yeah.
I can't remember what was our rant last time.
Oh,
It was
something about like
the prog
Stephen
rabbit.
Wilson, like we're going to make a secret tunnel where all the prog geniuses can meet, and we can just spy on them and get ideas. And
the prog gnomes, I think it was.
Yeah, underpants gnomes. Yeah.
It's gnomes underneath. Their little prog factory underground. That
Yeah, like step 1, prog. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit.
That's and then more prog.
Yeah, keep progging.
Keep progging.
Yeah, look, heavies everywhere here, man.
Look at that one. How good is that one? That
the
was
new
like,
bungle. I got that
man.
today. It came out, man. I just fucking dropped everything and ran to the record store. And maybe as far as conceptually and really leaning into, your personal narrative and being bold, probably something like this.
Oh, nice. That's got one of my favorite Radiohead songs on it. Could you guess what?
Yeah. Oh, your favorite. All right.
One of my faves.
Hang on. I reckon it's Paranoid Android.
No. Try
Oof.
again. I'll give you one more try.
All right. I reckon it's got to be Subterranean Homesick Alien.
No. Climbing Up the Wall.
No.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
It's dark as fuck.
Yeah.
And that big scream at the end he does.
Yeah, nice flex, man. Nice flex.
Yeah. I love it. Hey, there you go. Love that album.
So, look, I'm going to just give you a couple more old school ones too, because I've been quite conceptual the last couple of albums, even if it's not a full-on concept, but it's a theme. And this, I've got to say, was quite influential as well. This is Genesis, A Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. This is the last album that Peter Gabriel did with Genesis, and it's a double-decker, and it's a pretty far-out concept about some freakazoid paint sniffing idiot running around sub New York, getting in all sorts of mystical hallucinogenic adventures. And I mean, I guess just the boldness of some of these albums, not so much the music itself, but just the fact that someone had the balls to follow their art into such weird places. You could throw so many records on the table in that respect,
Oh, yeah? Yeah, a bit of Zappa. There you go.
No, he's just he's just a charger. Like, he never stopped pushing his own boundaries, and that's been pretty influential as well. Yeah, just the way some people go about it. I think what I want to try to keep doing with Sunset Junkies in particular is pushing boundaries, my own boundaries, and the band, and what we're capable of as performers and recording artists and people, really. I want to try to keep documenting our lives as they unfold.
Absolutely. I'm so keen to hear this album, man. I'm like hanging to hear it.
I'll send you a press. I'll send you a test press, man.
Oh, I'm keen. Or just hold the record up. Good shake. I'll see if I can hear it. No, it doesn't work that way. I need
Yeah, man. Hold it up.
There we go.
You gotta manifest it. Manifest it into your life. There you go.
Beautiful. Must be such a man. It must be such a special feeling to hold your art like that. Because I mean, it's very rare these days. I mean, people release stuff on vinyl, but to actually go to all that hard work behind the scenes to make it happen A lot of, I mean, you'd say 90% it's all digital these days, but to actually feel it in your hands, all that
Yeah,
time and heart and effort is right
yeah.
there.
Well, look, I met an amazing woman last year, Fiona Rapper, and she turned me on to all this vinyl Jim Jam, and it really has reignited my love of music. To be honest, I've always been a massive music fan. I've made lists of my top 100 records and stuff, and I always keep thinking about rearranging my favorites and all this, but you know, you're right. The actual visceral, physical act of holding an amazing record in your hands,
Hey.
it's just you know, it really is. It connects you to the music in a way that it's just very special. You know, like,
that's right.
Sure, you can bring something up on Spotify, and it's great for a car trip, but you're thinking about other shit most of the time.
Yeah, you're driving and you just it's in the background.
Yeah, but like when I sit here at my record station with Fee and we're, you know, having a quiet drink and we got the lights down and we're listening to the Kinks or whatever, and it's just the best time in the whole fucking world because you're so connected to each other, to the music, to life. Really, it's a whole new way of experiencing life, and that might be a bit dramatic, but fuck it.
No. I get that, and you're right. she is an absolute legend and a wonderful human being, and I love her very much wherever she's. I know she's back there somewhere. And there's repping right there, right here on your.
Oh mate.
Hey, there you go.
No, absolutely. A little quick word about the Automaton and their incredible debut album coming out soon. So keep an eye out for that too. A couple of weeks, even less.
Keen as fuck. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. The music never stops in this house, man. It's constant.
That's awesome, man. It sounds like, I mean, for both of you, it's such a positive time musically. I mean, to share that with each other as well must be something pretty special.
Yeah, look, we both needed each other through the process. I'm sure you know exactly what's involved in putting music out into the world. You know, people might think it's getting in a room and jamming out some tunes. Well, it is. That's where it starts. And that's step one out of about 100, you know?
Yes.
So it's a big, long process, and we've both been very lucky to have each other to lean on and support each other through the process. You know, it's a real motherfucker sometimes, and
absolutely,
you need help. You know, and it's just great. It's great to be in the same space as someone who understands exactly what you're going through
and can listen to the same tunes.
Oh, forget about it. She's got some shit in her collection I'm so jelly of.
Do you have it separate?
Let me show you. At the moment, they're still separate, but we're going to join them pretty soon because there's too much jelly going on.
Oh,
look at this one, man.
We got. Oh, nice. Look at that.
I don't know if you know those guys. It's like a neo soul. It's like Otis Redding didn't die. He actually didn't. There's some beautiful stuff here. Here's one I love the cover of. This is Fees. It's a beautiful artwork there. This is All Them Witches.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that.
You should check them out, man. They're like sort of stoner psych groove awesomeness. I'm going to give you one more that I'm properly jelly of. Oh, here it is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Is that
sometimes we buy records for each other, and it's really sweet, but it's also bittersweet because you think, oh shit, I should have kept that one.
That's for myself. I love it. I love it. Hey, that's worth sharing, and you got your little. I like how you call it the vinyl station, where you guys can like just chill out and that's an awesome thing. That's such an awesome thing. But mate, hey, you work with David Bottrell again.
Yeah, we couldn't resist. He's such a lovely bloke. He has really gone out of his way to make it possible for us to work with him. And he jumped at the chance again to mix this new album. Even when he had a massive project in the works, he made time for us, and we're very grateful. So it's all out and about now that he produced and mixed Mastodon's upcoming double album.
That's insane.
So he was mixing us in between that with his partner Ryan McCambridge, who was a brilliant technician as well. So they teamed up on our mix and made it happen, even during all the craziness that I'm sure it must have been with Mastodon. I've only heard that first single, but it's got David's stamp all over it. It just sounds so fucking huge. And I'm not the biggest Mastodon fan. I still need to have my phase with them, you know. I'm not saying I don't like them. I haven't gone down the rabbit hole so far yet. But big Mastodon fans are saying that it sounds more Mastodon than ever. So
yeah.
I guess that's a pretty big compliment, you know.
That's it. Man, I'm looking forward to it. And I guess maybe a little bit of that little DNA, that Mastodon DNA's come creeping over into Sunset Junkies as well.
Oh, look,
sonically.
I'd like to think that, man. Here's another one of these.
Hey, classic.
You know, Crack the Sky.
Yep. So I love this. I like this vinyl digging. This is a first, and I like it. I like this sharing the collection. I've only got like 6-7 records. They're over there somewhere. I haven't even got a record player, but I want one. I want one really bad. But
I'll sort you out. It'll be a Christmas present. Secret Santa.
Mate, I wish it'd be nice. But hey man, of course the videos that have been produced for this thing are visually incredible as well. How's it putting those together with everything going on in the world?
It's exhausting, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm a musician and a record producer, and sometimes, look, if you would ask me that question while I was putting Pentagram together, the Pentagram clip, I'd probably be full of beans and say, "Oh God, I love making videos," you know. But I'm sort of a bit tapped out after the last couple of videos. Like conceptually, it started with me, with my ideas, and I go to my video producer, director guy, Hugh Whitehouse, who's a great friend of mine since high school, and he'd sort of translate my ideas into the film world and make shit happen for us. But you put so much energy and time into making the music that, for me anyway, there comes a time where you want the music to speak for itself, and it is hard to actually push yourself to come up with a visual counterpart. But you know, I'm very lucky to have some amazing people in the band. Ellie is just a natural in front of a camera. She's the anti-Byron. You know, she's brilliant at it, and I am terrible at it. But
no, you're not. No, hey, give yourself way more credit, brother. You need to give yourself way more credit. You're really good at what you do, and hey, you're good. You're good, bro.
Thanks, man. I mean, yeah, look, I try to get the right amount of drunk and high before I go on in front of a camera. And it's hit and miss, you know. Sometimes you nail it, sometimes you don't.
Oh, man. Hey, that's me all the time.
You're high right now.
Hey, I'm having a cup of Bowie. That's what I'm having.
No yeah, I'm having I'm having a red wine that's over there, and I'm trying to summon over to me. Oh, look, here's a magical Fifi who's bringing my wine to me.
Surprise!
Yum yum.
So I mean,
look,
talking about
whatever gets you through the night, man. Like John Lennon said, dude. As long as you're not hurting anyone, just do the best you can to get through things. Sometimes it means a glass of wine on a Tuesday,
Is it Tuesday?
Fuck it. I don't know. Monday?
It feels like Tuesday. No, it does. It was a long weekend for me. So definitely no way.
Keep us on track here, Nev.
I know, I'm trying. I don't even know what day it is. But of course, I mean, producing outside of the band, how's that been? Have you been keeping yourself pretty busy? I know you did Ellie's stuff.
Yeah. So Ellie is, for those who don't know, she is the singer, the front woman in Sunset Junkies. We sort of share the load in that respect.
Yes.
And she's also a brilliant singer-songwriter in her own right. What she does is sort of more soul, blues, pop, rock based. And yeah, I've worked with her on her last 2 records, solo records, produced them, mixed them in my studio. Steph, our bass player, actually, who is a brilliant mixer, he's mixing Ellie's newest album. So it's a real in the family sort of thing, we look after each other, and yeah, she's done some amazing things on this new record. It's very much in a different realm than Sunset Junkies, but her voice is just absolutely undeniably hers. Whether it's Sunset Junkies or her own stuff, it's a very unique voice. And yeah, we tried to make her new record very much a standout vocal display.
Man, I'm hanging. I'm hanging to hear it, bro. Absolutely.
Now, she's got a new single out at the moment called The Face of Love. I wrote it when I was 18 or so, and I recorded it. Yeah, but I never really felt that I did it justice. It wasn't really produced in a way that I felt it could have been. I was only a kid. I had really no idea. And so I always actually envisioned someone like Billie Holiday singing it, And so when Ellie said she wanted to do a new album and make it really sort of old school and organic and soulful, I offered the song to her, and she jumped at it, and I'm just stoked. It's all over the radio and stuff, and on Spotify. If anyone wants to listen, The Face of Love, Ellie Jane. It's an amazing piece of work. Not a bad song either.
Do you find that you've got songs on the back burner like that you haven't felt you've written, but you haven't felt like they were right for you? Kind of like how Prince wrote a shit ton of songs and was like, he recorded them, but he didn't, and they got new life.
Yeah.
Other areas with other artists. Have you found that you've got a whole bunch of stuff like that?
I think I would welcome any artist to get in touch with me and ask me what songs I think would be appropriate for them. I've got hundreds of songs, and I just want someone to make me some money.
Well, hey man, well, there you go. You've got if they're there, they might as well be out in the world doing what they do.
No, look. Jokes aside, I am broke and I want money, but jokes aside, yeah, look, it's always a dream of mine to find to have the perfect representation of a song out there in the world. And to be honest, I've released like 5 or 6 solo albums before I started doing Sunset Junkies.
Yeah.
And I like those albums for what they are, and I can appreciate them as stepping stones in my career. But a lot of those songs, I honestly feel they are probably not the perfect version. And they are most likely just waiting for someone amazing to come and sing them or produce them in a way that does them complete justice. I mean, a lot of it came from, I think, just me being young and finding my way and in producing records.
Yeah.
I really don't think I found my feet until Cosmos. I wouldn't have gone to someone like David Bottrell if I wasn't completely confident that I had done my job and made these songs the best they could be. I think I've got a bit of a handle on that now. But yeah, I've got hundreds of songs back there, man, if anyone wants to crack at them. And they're good songs. They just need the right singer and the right soul.
It kind of reminds me of Devin Townsend.
Thanks, man.
Well, in the sense that, you know, he's even like written, you know, like he's recorded songs, but he's gone back and he's re-recorded them with like Anika
yeah,
like
Annika Van Gogh.
Swedish. You know, singing them and different interpretations.
Gertie.
Songs. Yes. I love her, by the way. But yeah, you know what
I think it's Annika, right?
Annika. Yeah, that's it. You know, and
let's just call her that. Yeah, I know. I can visualize her. I can hear her voice.
Yeah,
I believe her first name's Annika. I can't get the rest of it.
No, that's not on a Wednesday night, man. I know.
No, fucking Sundays.
I don't know what day is it, but it's the same kind of thing. You know, you get these interpretations of these artists, like getting different people in to have their crack at it, and it's something I guess you'd be interested in doing, as you said. But is there someone in particular that you would want to give it a crack? Is there one artist out there like Devi or someone like that you'd love to give a song to hear what they would do?
Yeah, look, in the same sort of realm as what I'm doing at the moment, I probably wouldn't pick someone like Debbie or Stephen Wilson, like my heroes in the prog sort of realm, because I feel like I'm slowly making my own mark in that respect, and I'd probably keep a lot of those songs for myself. What I'd love to hear is somebody take some of the songs I wrote when I was a kid,
yes,
which I think are some brilliant songs. I've got some beautiful country songs. I went to Nashville and I recorded a country album.
No way.
Yeah, when I built my studio, I pretty much recorded a like R&B pop sort of album where I played every instrument and programmed all the drums and lots of backing vocals and harmonies and little pop tricks and stuff like that. My first record, I sent a demo to Daniel Jones from Savage Garden, who was in Brisbane at the time, and he loved the demo and asked me to come in and offered to work with me. And no one really produced that record, but I think it's like 12 incredible songs. So yeah, look, I'd love to see someone like I'm thinking singers, really, right? Because you know, I've got artists that I admire for their own writing and their own production, but yeah, I'd like an amazing singer to take on one of my songs, I guess. Shit, let me have a look at my records here. If Chris Cornell was still alive, I mean, shit, you know.
Mate. I love that you've got it all right there. Yeah, I love it. I wish I could see what you're saying. So good.
Look, honestly, man, there's some amazing local artists I would offer my songs to in a heartbeat. I've got some of their records here too. One of my favorite singers in the world is Dana Gurman.
I haven't heard.
Well, she is a local. She lives in Brisbane. She is a soul queen. She's an amazing singer-songwriter. Her voice it's like maple syrup. It's just sweet, sticky yum-yums.
Nice. That's a good review.
I think she could honestly sing anything. And she has guested on one of my albums in the past doing like some backing vocals and stuff. But yeah, I'd offer any one of my songs to her to sing. And probably someone else I'd love to have a crack at one of my songs would be Sabrina Laurie.
Okay. I haven't, I'm being educated here. I haven't heard.
Yeah, cool. Nah, you're a metalhead, man. That's cool. And
but I go down the different rabbit holes, but I need to be educated from time to time. So.
Yeah, well, look, Sabrina's been around for a long time in the industry, working merch and just being an all round badass chick. And she put this record out called Hush the Mountain, I think in 2016 or something, and it's just a phenomenal record. Every song on it is amazing. I sort of squealed when I saw it in the store because I've been asking her for a copy of this record for years, and she said, I don't have any left. There might be something.
You found it.
I found it, man.
Did you tell her? Did you call her up and go, look what I found?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I posted it on Instagram and shit. Nah, it was a very proud moment. But look, yeah. So I guess that'd be my big answer is that yes, some of the singers I know and love personally, like Ellie singing one of my songs was just such a beautiful trip, So there's a lot of singers like that around Brisbane that I'd love to have a crack at some of my older songs, and I'll go hardsies in the profit. I promise.
She'd have all the profit and some more.
Well, yes,
all the wine.
What about your beer, dude? Or your Bowie cup?
My Bowie. Oh yeah. See, I need. I don't know. It's just boring water tonight. Usually I've got a beer, but I'm all out of beer. I drank all my beers.
You drank? I'm all out of beer. It's a Monday night, Nev.
I know, mate. I know. Pathetic. Fucking pathetic.
You gotta be smashing your beers on a Monday.
Prepared, mate. I know. Prepared for the weekly onslaught. But of course, I mean, in regards to shows and support of the album that's it's coming up, what do you got? Have you got things planned behind the scenes? I know there's some things that you can't spill the beans on right now, but it's my job to get my little journal shovel and dig. So, I mean, what can you say? I mean, can you say that there is things in the works? There's things coming up?
There's things in the works for sure. Look, everyone knows it's the biggest, shittest 24-month year in history. And, we're still getting gigs being canceled. So it is very tough to go ahead and try to lay out a plan and book gigs and a lot of people have been turned off it. A lot of people have been brave and tried it. A lot of people have been fucked over and had to cancel everything. And it's tough. We're sort of lucky to be in a bit of a bubble up here in Queensland, I suppose. So what we're trying to do is after we launch the album, after we release the album sometime later this year, we're gonna try to tour it. I mean, as far as we can. So we're very tentatively arranging some shows for next year. With the knowledge that it could all fall over in a heartbeat. So, we're very hopeful. I don't want to get political at all. I'll have to hurl if I do that.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that, yeah, I really do hope that things can get moving soon. So yeah, we're just being hopeful and trying to line a few things up for next year tentatively. Queensland, pretty much, we're aiming for a start. So yeah, look out for some show announcements soon, and some pretty incredible lineups, I'd say, that might surprise a few people and hopefully excite as well.
Keen.
I know you are.
Keen. Well, man, it's been awesome just checking in and checking out some vinyl with you. I wish we could just go through the vinyl all night.
Yeah, well,
every night.
You know, I've got like, 20 seconds. I can show you another couple of very proud.
Swing us some. Yeah, give us some.
This, I reckon, is the best record of 2020.
Okay.
This is Elder Omens.
Haven't heard it. Heard that one.
Elder started out apparently as a stoner, doomish, stonery, doomy stone band.
It's a good
one. And they progressively got more progressive through the years until they hit this little puppy in 2020. And it's like there's a Floyd influence, definitely a Pink Floyd thing going on. It's still, stoner and psychedelic in that respect, but the riffage is just incredible. And it's got, I don't know, I can't really describe it, but when I heard this record, actually, Fee woke me up at like 5 o'clock one morning and she said, "Hey, Elder is doing a live stream and we have to watch it." And I was like, fuck that. It's 5 o'clock. Anyway, I got up and she put it on nice and loud on the telly, and I had a little cheeky, wake and bake. And I just died and went to heaven. It was one of the most amazing things I'd ever seen. And I just looked them up straight away, and I couldn't stop streaming the album. And then Fee bought me this on translucent blue vinyl.
That looks cool.
So yeah, that's definitely a proud part of my collection. I've got all sorts of shit here, man. I've got like the entire Beethoven symphonies, conducted by Herbert von Karajan.
There you go.
I've got Coltrane. I love Supreme.
Yeah,
everyone needs that in their collection. Jazz masterpiece. Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis, all the way up.
What's your favorite? Okay, let's before we tap out here, what's your favorite record in that collection?
I got you, pal. It is not here. It is my favorite record of all time. Is Van Morrison, Astral Weeks.
There you go.
Now this record, this is so beautiful. She sent me a message one day and said, "Oh my fucking God, you won't believe what I found." And she found this and she bought it for me. She knew it was my favorite.
Is it really hard to find? Is it hard to find?
Look, I think there's copies around, but it's not one of his. It's not Moondance, It's not Brown Eyed Girl. It's a record that true fans really, really dig, and I think if you're lucky enough to know it deeply, then you're probably going to be a somehow better, more empathic person. I don't know. It literally, it's a bit of the thing. It's corny to say, oh, this record saved my life or whatever.
No.
But literally, you know, I would be dead without this record. It has saved my life many times, and I would recommend anybody listen to it. There's an amazing story behind it too. He was actually so fucked up and anxious and depressed and just a total freak. He couldn't speak to anyone during the recording sessions.
Wow.
The producer hired the New York Jazz Quartet to be his backing band, but he couldn't speak to them. He couldn't look them in the eye. He was in his own booth with his acoustic guitar playing. They didn't hear the songs. They didn't know him. They didn't know any of the changes or anything. They just had to follow him. And it was recorded over 2 4-hour midnight sessions in New York. So 8 hours. And somehow it's just the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. So there it is, my favorite record of all time, Van Morrison, Astral Weeks.
That is cool. That's it, mate. I'm going to check it out. You know what? I'm going to take that. I'm going to check it out.
Listen to it nice and loud. Try to make sure you don't have much going on, and
you know, going on. So I've got to listen to it somewhere.
Put something interesting in that Bowie cup, and have a chill out.
Okay. All right. Interesting. More beer.
Exactly.
That's it. Byron, brother, it's been awesome hanging out with you again. Of course, the new Sunset Junkies is on the way very soon. We'll have links all down here for the singles. Go check them out. We will catch up very soon. And thanks for showing us the record collection.
Mate, anytime. Happy to do an extended look, and we'll make a night of it, eh?
Deep dive.
Down
the prog valleys of the underground.
Damn straight, man. Stephen Wilson's down there making weird sandwiches and shit.
Prog sandwich. What do you want in your sandwich?
Yeah,
I want ham. No, we got prog. Can I have something? No, we have prog on those sandwiches.
Yeah.
You know,
prog and mustard, bitch.
is it gluten free? No, it's just prog.
No, it's just prog. Awesome, man.
Awesome. Hey,